Welcome back to NBA Stories. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating rivalries of modern basketball. LeBron James versus Kevin Durant. Two generational forwards, two completely different archetypes, and two of the most unstoppable offensive forces the game has ever seen. In this video, we are going to talk about scoring efficiency. We are going to look at how each star impacts his team when he is on the floor and when he is not. We are going to ask a big question. Who is the more complete offensive player, LeBron James or Kevin Durant? This is not just about box scores. This is about how they bend defenses, how they control pace, how they make life easier or harder for everyone else on the court. When you think about Kevin Durant, the first word that comes to mind is scoring. Durant is a 7-footer with the skill set of a shooting guard. He can pull up from three. He can rise over any defender in the mid-range. He can attack closeouts and finish at the rim. He is a walking mismatch no matter who is guarding him. From an efficiency standpoint, Kevin Durant is a dream for modern analytics. He takes and makes threes. He lives in the mid-range, but still manages to keep his true shooting at an elite level. He gets to the free throw line, and when he gets there, he is almost automatic. Durant's release point is so high that even great contests barely matter. You can play perfect defense. You can stay in front. You can force him into what looks like a tough shot, and he will still rise up, see the rim, and knock it down. This is why coaches and defenders talk about Durant with a hint of resignation. There are possessions where the defense does everything right. The offense does nothing special. And Durant just solves the possession by existing as a cheat code of efficiency. On the other side, LeBron James built his efficiency in a very different way. LeBron is not the same smooth, silky scorer that Durant is. He is powerful, calculated, and ruthless in his decision-making. His efficiency comes from shot selection, rim pressure, and playmaking. For most of his career, LeBron's best shot has been at the rim. He gets downhill. He attacks in transition. He punishes mismatches in the post. He forces defenses to send extra help instead of relying on difficult contested jumpers. LeBron's default is to collapse the entire defense. If you stay home on shooters, he finishes at the rim. If you help, he finds the open man. The result is not just LeBron's own efficiency going up, the efficiency of the entire offense rises around him. As his career went on, LeBron added more layers, a more reliable three-point shot, a turnaround jumper in the mid-post, better footwork in the mid-range. He will never be the pure shooter Durant is. But he found enough counters to punish teams that tried to wall off the paint. So when we talk about efficiency, we have two very distinct models. Durant is the assassin. He scores in every zone with stunning accuracy. His game is built around the idea of making tough shots look easy. LeBron is the architect. He builds possessions that lead to high-value shots. Sometimes he is the one finishing. Sometimes he is the one creating the advantage and letting a teammate cash in. His efficiency is not as much about shot difficulty. It is about choosing the right shot over and over again. Now let's talk about impact on the team when they are on the floor, because this is where LeBron's profile starts to separate. When LeBron is on the court, he tends to become the offensive system. From Cleveland to Miami to Los Angeles, we see a similar pattern. Give him the ball, space the floor, let him read the defense. Everyone else orbits around his decisions. He is the ball handler in pick and roll. He is the one calling out sets, manipulating matchups, and dictating tempo. The team's identity on offense becomes an extension of his basketball brain. When LeBron goes to the bench, you feel it instantly. The offense may lose its structure. Possessions become more stagnant. Role players who looked great playing off his gravity suddenly struggle to create for themselves. The entire system has to reinvent itself for those minutes. Kevin Durant's impact is huge, but expressed differently. Durant is not always the full-time offensive engine. In Oklahoma City, he shared initiation duties with Russell Westbrook. In Golden State, he joined a system already built around Stephen Curry and ball movement. In Brooklyn and Phoenix, he has often played alongside other shot creators. What Durant gives you is supreme scoring stability. When the offense breaks down, you throw the ball to Durant and say, get us a bucket, stop the run, punish the mismatch. He may not call every action. He may not direct traffic on every possession, but his presence changes the geometry of the floor. Defenses tilt toward him, help defenders cheat one step closer to his side. This opens driving lanes and passing windows for everyone else. Durant's teams can sometimes survive his absence if another elite creator is on the floor. We saw that with Westbrook leading lineups without him. We saw it with Curry in Golden State. The structure of the offense can remain functional, but it loses a layer of inevitability. That feeling that there is always an answer to a tough possession. LeBron's absence often forces a complete redesign. Suddenly the team needs someone else to initiate pick and roll, to organize transition, to read the help and find the corner shooter. Very few players can do all of that at LeBron's level. This is why, in terms of pure on and off impact, LeBron usually grades out as one of the most valuable offensive engines ever. The drop-off between LeBron on the floor and LeBron off the floor is often massive. He is not just a star, he is a system. Durant, however, delivers a different kind of stability. He raises your championship ceiling. You can plug him into an already good offense and turn it into something terrifying. His scoring travels. Different coaches, different systems, different co-stars. He can fit and still be elite without needing everything built around him. Now we arrive at the central question. Who is the more complete offensive player? If we focus only on scoring, Kevin Durant has a very strong case. He can score from all three levels. He can do it on ball and off ball. He can play in isolation. He can thrive in motion offenses. He can be the late game closer. Durant's versatility as a scorer is breathtaking. He can run off screens like a shooting guard. He can post smaller defenders and shoot over the top. He can exploit big men in space with his handle. His skill set covers almost every scoring scenario you can imagine. LeBron's scoring does not always look as smooth, but it is extremely purposeful. He knows when to attack the rim, when to slow down and match up in the half court, when to hunt mismatches in the post, when to use his strength to create easy looks. However, once we expand the definition of offensive player beyond pure scoring, the conversation shifts, because offense is not just about how many points you can put up yourself. It is about how you elevate the 10 other players who share the court with you. LeBron is one of the greatest playmakers in NBA history. He reads defenses like a quarterback reading coverages. He knows where the weak side help is coming from before the help even moves. He throws cross-court lasers to corner shooters. He uses his drives not just to score, but to manipulate rotations. Many of LeBron's teammates have had career years playing next to him. Spot-up shooters feast off his kickouts. Big men benefit from easy lobs and drop-offs. Even secondary ball handlers find themselves attacking against tilted defenses instead of facing a set wall of defenders. Durant is a capable passer and willing playmaker. He can find open teammates when double-teamed. He can operate in pick and roll. He can make the simple read consistently. But he is not a natural offensive organizer at the same level as LeBron. And that is the key distinction. LeBron controls the entire offensive environment. Durant thrives within it and raises its ceiling as an elite scoring weapon. Think about clutch situations. In the final minutes of a close playoff game, what do these two stars do? Durant often becomes the go-to scorer. He spaces the floor. He picks his spot. He punishes switches with his mid-range jumper. His calm, almost robotic scoring approach gives his team a reliable bailout option when plays break down. LeBron in the clutch has evolved over his career. Earlier on, he was criticized for sometimes passing instead of forcing the shot. Over time, that criticism faded as people began to appreciate his decision-making. If the right play is a kick out to an open teammate, he will make that pass. If the right play is to go downhill and finish, he will do that. LeBron's clutch offense is not always as aesthetically glamorous as a Durant dagger jumper, but it is rooted in process. Find the best shot for the team, not necessarily the most dramatic shot for the highlight reel. Another layer of offensive completeness is adaptability across eras and teammates. LeBron has played in many different contexts. Slower, more physical, early 2000s style, the pace and space evolution in Miami, the three-point explosion era later in his career, he adapted every time. He learned to play off ball with other stars like Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving. He became more of a post hub later in his career. He embraced spacing and surrounded himself with shooters when he could influence roster construction. His offensive game is not rigid. It morphs to fit what gives his team the best chance to win. Durant also showed adaptability. From isolation-heavy sets in Oklahoma City to motion-heavy, read and react basketball in Golden State, to more pick and roll and mismatch hunting in Brooklyn and Phoenix. He added strength, improved his handle, refined his counters in the post and mid-post. But again, the centers of gravity are different. LeBron shifts the entire identity of a franchise offensively. Durant slots in as the ultimate scoring amplifier. So who is the more complete offensive player? If you define completeness as scoring skill, shot making, and the ability to get your own bucket from anywhere at any time, then Kevin Durant wins that argument. He is one of the most complete pure scorers the game has ever seen. If you define completeness as the ability to run an offense, make your teammates better, dictate tempo, bend the defense, and still score at an elite level yourself, then the edge goes to LeBron James. He is not just a scorer. He is the brain and heartbeat of the offense. And here is where the emotional heart of this debate lies. We are not just comparing two stat lines. We are comparing two visions of basketball greatness. On one side, you have Kevin Durant, a scorer so gifted that sometimes it feels unfair. You watch him pull up over a perfectly positioned defender, and you laugh, because there is nothing else you can do. He is art in motion. He is the poetry of basketball offense. On the other side, you have LeBron James, the player who sees the entire game like a chessboard, the player who carries the weight of expectations year after year and still finds new ways to dominate. He is the engineer, the general, the problem solver. He is not just playing the game. He is shaping how his team, and sometimes the whole league, plays it. When they faced off in the finals, we saw these two philosophies collide. Durant hitting impossible jumpers over outstretched arms. LeBron orchestrating possession after possession, trying to hold everything together, one leaning into pure scoring brilliance, the other leaning into total offensive control. There is no single correct answer to who you prefer. Some fans will always choose the scorer, who makes the toughest shots look routine. Others will gravitate toward the all-around engine, who drives everything. Both perspectives are valid. Both are part of what makes this debate so captivating. In the end, if we are forced to choose the more complete offensive player, the slight edge goes to LeBron James, not because he scores more beautifully than Durant, but because he does everything. He scores, he passes, he organizes, he leads, and he has done it at an extremely high level for an incredibly long time. But giving LeBron that edge does not diminish Durant's greatness. If LeBron is the most complete offensive engine, Durant is the most unstoppable scoring weapon of his era. They belong in the same conversation. They define each other's legacies. And maybe that is the most beautiful part of all this. When we look back decades from now, we will not just remember their numbers, we will remember the emotions, the big shots, the runs, the duels in June, the feeling that when either of these guys had the ball, anything could happen. Thank you for watching this episode of NBA Stories. If you enjoyed this breakdown of LeBron James versus Kevin Durant, let us know what you think in the comments. Who do you believe is the more complete offensive player, and why? If you liked the video, please remember to like, share, and leave your thoughts below. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another story from the NBA's greatest stars and rivalries. Thank you for watching NBA Stories. See you in the next video.